following is an ESG on location video.
Welcome to HP Discover 2015, the biggest show from the biggest IT company on earth. Of course, part of the news here is that HP is about to go from being the one biggest company to two slightly smaller, but still enormous companies. And one of the fascinating things about this event is despite the scale of HP, it's still very easy, it comes off very clean, and you can find the parts of HP that you're interested in, which of course is one of the things that matters because it's too big a company for any one person to cover everything. My colleague Jason Buffington and I will focus in on a couple of the areas that interest us. And I have to say, there's a delightful irony when you look on the enterprise side of the company, that when all the big story here is about the split of the company into two, but on the enterprise side that we cover, really all the story is about consolidation and bringing everything back together.
As part of the HP rebranding, Meg introduced 4 pillars of what HP Enterprise is going to be all about. One of them is protect. Now, I like that idea because when you really think about protect, there's 2 ways that you really protect your data. There's information security and there's improving data backup and recovery. And interestingly enough, ESG finds those to be the top 2 planned spends for 2015. So I love the fact that no matter what else is happening in transforming IT and transforming business, HP understands that all of that has to be protected. And in HP's case, they have not only the disk solutions to do that, but also HP Helion Cloud, and don't forget tape.
And if you want to start talking about consolidation from my product area, have a look at this thing. When did you think you would see this sort of scale, this sort of affordability, and of course, given that it's based on the 3-PAR platform, this sort of functionality from an all-flash array? We really are moving with this into a different arena. I joke with my friends in HP marketing, they just must have been enjoying themselves when they saw the specs on this because really, it talks for itself.
Mark mentioned earlier about the all-flash array, the 20,000, and the ridiculous number of IOPS that comes out of that. But let's talk about the rest of the story beyond just primary storage. One of the other things HP is talking about is the replication between the 3-PAR arrays, and then from there, what they call Express Protect. The idea of going straight from the 3-PAR array directly into a store once deduplication appliance without going through a backup server of any kind. This is probably the beginning of the future for data protection overall. The idea of going straight from the workload to the deduplicated protection storage without going through a backup server per se. HP is not the first one to come up with it, but some of the things they've done along the way make them really interesting to watch. Something else to think about is copy data management. One of the reasons why we create all those copies of data is because there's all these different business purposes as to backup preparation and BCDR preparation and biz dev and test and all these other things, but you never want to hinder production performance, which is why those copies exist everywhere else. Well, with like 3 million IOPS coming off of that all-flash array, maybe you don't have to move the data everywhere else. Maybe just put some exposable snaps off of that and really reduce your storage footprint without hindering production while still enabling all those other business goals. That's a different spin on copy data management and probably something worth thinking about as we look towards 2016.
So that's it, a very well executed show, just way too much to cover. But by way of summary, what's significant, as you can see behind me, HP, like many IT vendors, is talking about the move to a hybrid approach to IT, which is great. But of course, at the moment, the transformation that is really front and center for HP is the split of the companies. Now, you could argue that HP was the largest ocean-going IT ship in the world. Whether splitting it into 2 smaller but still huge ocean-going IT ships will really make it able to turn on a dime is something that remains to be seen.